David Menzies for Rebel News here in London, Ontario, and I'm standing outside the Aspire Food Group facility. And how does that old saying goes? The best laid plans of mice and men. Well, maybe we need to revise that to the best laid plans of crickets and men. You see, this enormous 150,000 square foot facility that is behind me, kind of reminiscent of the Borg cube from Star Trek, wouldn't you say? This is actually home to some 4 billion crickets. That's right. When I say Aspire Food, the food they're talking about, it's not steaks or fish. It is insects in the form of cricket protein. And here's the deal. It was opened in 2022 with much fanfare, not to mention some $8.5 million in taxpayer funding. And it was supposed to churn out 13 million kilograms of edible crickets each year. Just one hitch some 3 years later, it doesn't look like a lot of people are buying what this company is selling, which is to say, back in November, there were massive layoffs here. 100 of the 150 people that worked here at the time, well, they were given pink slips. As well, the original CEO, he's departed, and the company released a statement saying that it needs to make, quote, some improvements to its manufacturing system. Improvements? Yeah, how about raising something people actually want to eat? Yeah, I know Klaus Schwab of the World Economic Forum, he wants us to eat bugs. You know what, Klaus? How about this? Lead by example. Once you put down your filet mignon and have a cricket sandwich, maybe then I'll be inclined to do so as well. The other thing I'm trying to understand, and folks, there's a steak dinner in this for you if you can explain it to me, or a cricket sandwich if you so desire. Let's take a look at what crickets eat, the 4 billion crickets that are behind those walls. Well, namely, spinach, lettuce, cabbage, bok choy, carrot, sweet potato, apple, banana, broccoli, cauliflower, and more. Take me through this. This is a meal replacement. The globalists and the elitists, they want us to eat crickets, and the way we are raising crickets is to have the insects eat human food. I mean, what is the logic in that? So, A, people aren't really gung-ho unless necessary to eat bugs. And B, the crickets are being raised on foodstuffs that are, part of a normal, healthy human diet. Again, does not make sense. And then again, there are the food concerns. For example, insects are not all that good for you if you have an allergic reaction to shellfish and dust mites. Ooh, shiver me timbers. And there are also concerns about pathogens, about E. coli. Just because you're eating insects doesn't protect you from that sort of nastiness. In any event, since we're all the way out in London, I thought we would just pay a house call, see if anyone at Aspire would come on camera. We were lucky the last time we came here when things were more optimistic for cricket farming. We did get the CEO to sit down with us. I can tell you it's very hard to reach out to this company by email and by phone, but we'll pay a house call and see if anyone's home, other than those 4 billion crickets, that is. Well, folks, here's the deal. This cricket farm actually operates 24/7, but check this out. It's locked up, and that's a big problem because the sign says, officer and visitor entrance, use phone located inside to call contact. But we can't get inside. Do you get the feeling they haven't thought a whole lot of things through with this cricket farm? So there you have it, folks. I think when it comes to the whole industry of edible insects, the future isn't looking all that rosy. And you know what? I really don't care what you eat. I don't. But do it on your own dime. If you want to eat bugs, hey, fill your boots, but don't expect millions of dollars of Canadian taxpayer subsidies to fund this insect farming. In fact, please explain the logic of our federal government spending millions of dollars of our taxpayer funds subsidizing a product that people don't want to buy. Indeed, isn't the federal government already cash-strapped, spending billions of dollars on EV battery plants that most of us don't want to drive? For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, in addition to the federal government funding EV batteries and cricket farming, they also fund the mainstream media, but not us. We would never take a single nickel of the Justin Trudeau Liberals taxpayer slush fund for media outlets, but we need your help. If you can, please go to rebelfieldreports.com. That's rebelfieldreports.com. And if you're able to, kindly make a donation.